It's 8:30 and there's no real sign yet of any bad weather coming through. Looking at the weather report, it's saying that the eye is supposed to be crossing in about 2.5 to 3 hours. So it's a little bit later than they had expected. And once that makes landfall, we will then start to experience the bad weather shortly after that. It's 10:30 now, and behind me, it just looks like a pretty miserable day. But if you turn on the TV, the news channels are showing what's going on about 100 k's south of here, and it's just mayhem. Like trees blowing out of the ground, ships ripping their moorings and just getting blown out to sea. You can't believe that just 100 k's from here, it's a completely different story. We're still expecting it to turn ugly later today, but I just can't believe how concentrated that storm is in that sort of 100 to 200 k radius. Because the images that I'm seeing on TV are very different to what I'm seeing behind me. Before this whole cyclone happened, I was busy working on a project for my other main channel. I know I've had a lot of new subscribers recently, and what some of you may not know is that my main YouTube channel is actually a DIY woodworking channel where I make all kinds of things in my workshop. So I was busy working on something, this all happened and I had to put it on hold. But today, because the weather's not actually been too bad, I'm actually going to continue working. But I don't really have a workbench or anything to work on. So next best thing is I'm just going to have to be working on the floor for the day. It's 1 o'clock now and there's still no sign of any damaging winds, which is great for us. Watching the weather, it has made landfall and Bowen and the Hamilton Islands have been hit pretty hard. Clearly we're not going to get the wind and the rain is trying really hard to come down, so we're just crossing fingers that that will at least be the highlight of the cyclone for us here in Townsville. It's just gone 4 o'clock and reading the news, it sounds like the worst of the storm is over for those coastal cities that bore the brunt of the storm this morning. So if you were in one of those cities, Hamilton Islands, Bowen, there's a few others, I hope you turned out okay. I hope there wasn't too much damage done to you or your property. So hopefully it wasn't too long of a day and night. If you were in those cities, I'd really love to hear some of the stories that may have happened over the last 24 hours. Was it a long night? Was it a rough night? Was there any crazy stuff that happened? Go ahead and leave some of the stories down in the comments if you want. Yeah, as I say, I'm really interested to hear how it all panned out. The rain has finally come in. You can probably hear it. In the distance, Mount Stewart has all but disappeared, and it looks like proper rain. It's not just a shower. It's going to be long-term rain, which I really hope it's going to be. Where we are at the moment in Townsville, our dam, our main water supply is at 15%. Now, from what I've been told, they do pump water in from other dams, but the way Townsville operates is the summer comes along, they have masses of rain, it fills up the dam, and then for the rest of the year, we don't rely on any other rain. But because we are now at the end of summer at 15%, that's a really bad situation to be at. So hopefully this rain is going to be long and sustained and just, you know, put a bit of a dent in that number, that 15% that the dam is at the moment, and just put the town in a better situation going forward for the rest of the year. It's about 9 o'clock now, and besides a couple of flurries and a few clouds, everything has gone back to normal here in Townsville. According to the Bureau of Meteorology, if you take a look at the maps, Townsville is basically no longer in the firing line of anything. So in terms of the cyclone, we are officially in the clear. So if you're one of the towns who are about to be affected by the cyclone, best of luck. I hope you get through this in one piece. And as I said earlier, if you have already been affected by the cyclone, you know, Bowen, Proserpine, Hamilton Islands, hopefully the cleanup won't take too long and they can get you guys back on your feet as soon as possible. For me, tomorrow I need to clean out this workshop and get everything out that's not supposed to be in here, so I can get back to working on that project that I mentioned earlier. All right, everybody. Well, if you are in Townsville, then we managed to dodge this bullet. If not, best of luck. Thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.